The chief of Phoenix PD suspended for a day. 3 of her assistant chiefs demoted.
This all comes after an outside investigation into the department regarding 2 controversial cases. Fox 10's Justin Lum has more.
We can't deny what the report says, and we have to face up to what the report says.
Phoenix City Manager Ed Zerker spoke to Fox 10 after releasing the findings of 2 separate investigations into the Phoenix Police Department. The probe done by Ballard Spahr, an outside law firm. One case stems from October 17th last year, when Phoenix police arrested more than a dozen protesters, seen here with umbrellas that night in downtown Phoenix. 10 days later, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office told a grand jury they were part of a gang called ACAB, or All Cops Are Expletive. During the testimony of Sergeant Douglas McBride, investigators say he compared the group to notorious street gangs like the Bloods and Crips. Criminal street gang charges were filed against the protesters, but County Attorney Alistair Adele eventually filed to dismiss the charges. McBride is now being investigated and on administrative leave. Zerker says Chief Jerry Williams never knew about the decision to charge the protesters with the criminal street gang statute. She's now suspended for 1 day, and 3 assistant chiefs have been demoted.
That's very concerning. It's very concerning to her, too, because that's really what the report showed, was there was some sort of effort to keep the chief and keep the gang enforcement unit, the people with the charge of determining those sorts of charges, to keep them in the dark.
The gang enforcement unit was excluded per the report. The unit's supervisor told investigators that he would have said the situation did not meet the definition of a criminal street gang statute. The unit's supervisor told investigators that he would have said the situation did not meet the definition of a criminal street gang. The report says GEU's lack of involvement is a red flag.
When they were notified, they indicated that there was no basis for these allegations, and they would not stand behind them because it would compromise their unit's credibility.
Steve Benedetto represents some of the protesters accused of being in a gang. Their civil case against the county accuses the attorney's office of colluding with Phoenix PD to fabricate charges against lawful protesters and suppress their First Amendment rights. Benedetto says the recent findings bring some satisfaction, but there's more work to be done.
We look forward to some entity, whether that's the Department of Justice or our law firm and our co-counsel, someone with actual subpoena power to get to the root of what actually happened here.
Then there's the controversial challenge coin. The city confirms the existence of a coin depicting a man being shot in the groin with a pepper ball. The investigation found supervisors within the department had given the coin as a trophy of sorts to officers, stemming from former President Donald Trump's visit to Phoenix in 2017, when an officer shot a protester in the groin with a rubber bullet after they kicked a tear gas canister. Chief Williams responded, saying the department must and will do better, calling the actions in the report reprehensible.
The issue is that the community deserves a department that serves them consistently and protects their rights. When that doesn't happen, we have to make changes, and the community should watch and expect results from those changes. That's the only way you regain trust or build a reputation.
And John, Christina, as you know, the Department of Justice is already investigating Phoenix police. Now the city manager, Ed Zerker, wants Arizona's Attorney General to do the same. Now, he says Chief Williams has 30 days to give him an update on revised policies and the administrative investigations into certain employees. Live at Phoenix PD, Justin Lum, Fox 10 News.